I'm going to show you that the billionaires of the world, out of their own mouth, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, knowing that you headed into a financial crisis, are giving you financial misinformation because they have been participating in your financial enslavement the whole time. And receiving business welfare on top of it. Billions of dollars of business welfare, corporate welfare. All right, you ready? And if you don't do something right now, we've been taking inside my family, we've been taking a group inside my family since February of 2020. Every Monday, every single Monday. We put money up all throughout the week. I move the money. I manage the money. I come back and give a report every Monday since February of 2020. And just what I'm about to show you is not only are they lying to you and deceiving you, that financially, you're heading into a financial crash, and two of the biggest billionaires in the world are listening. They're guilty as day. And when I showed a similar video to my family members in February of 2020. And when I showed this video and they saw Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, then trying to prevent people who had access to income, access to jobs, all through 2019, these individuals were putting their money in new banks and in a new economy that I'm going to show you. And they were telling all of the people in the world, they were going on all of the business shows, all of the investment shows, saying it's a scam, it's a scam, it's a fraud. If it's a fraud, how is it almost $2 trillion in it? When back then, it was less than $500 million in it. So in 2019, just one of the banks that I'm talking about, I'm telling you that the wealthy people have created a brand new economy. And they're all looking to go back down into Africa with this new money and extract the rest of the resources from our impoverished brothers and sisters, while making the potential competition. See, because you people of color have had access to wealth, you can create a business tomorrow and have $100,000, $100,000, hundreds of thousands. You can have $1 million lines of credit in 3 to 6 months. Get in real estate, launch a bit. And in all of this time, none of y'all have invested in yourself, invested in a company, gone across the water and partnered with our brothers and sisters who are in third world poverty, dying and looking for a partner to help them come from third world into first world. It's billions and billions of people all over Africa, and y'all sitting here with all this money falling around. These white people have said they don't deserve to be in the first world. The U.S. don't deserve to be in the first world. So we're going to make sure that they don't ever have access to compete with us with wealth again. No more is the U.S. going to be able to create and launch millionaires and millionaires and millionaires. We're going to put the same financial caste system that's in India in the United States of America, and we are never going to have to worry about people from America, talking about people of color, who aren't worried about their self. See, obviously, the black people that y'all support and reward in the United States of America aren't the threats. Because if you look at all of their communities, look at LeBron James and Akron, Ohio. He puts millions of dollars into a school so he can shelter almost $1 billion and don't have to pay no taxes. But the kids at the school got the hope on a pipe dream that he gonna pay for college. But if the economy is destroyed, what does his tax loophole and promise of an education? Can they eat? Can they eat a degree? Will a degree pay your lights when the economy crash? This is what all of the black people that y'all reward. Look at all of their communities. They go off, y'all celebrate them. Y'all celebrate them, basketball, football. But all of them have agreed that when we touch these millions, our communities will never, ever see the millions that we touch. All of them agree in contract. All of them. Who do they do charity for? The United Way. They have organizations that they have to go and masquerade as if they're helping people, all without never meeting any need. The United Way, the Boys and Girls Club. Boys and Girls Club is in every last one of these communities that people are dying in. And all of these teams come in front like they doing something. And your communities is getting worse. While what? The Europeans, what I'm about to show you, Europeans have moved their money to new banks. They got a whole new economy. I've been helping our people. You can ask my brothers. You can ask my cousin, Mathel. You can ask my man up in Chicago, Edward, Reggie, Bowman. Holla at my pops, Frank E. Leggett. When I showed him what I showed him in February, what I'm about to show you, he called every last one of my sisters and every last one of his children and his wife and his friends. And listen, all throughout 2020, we had family after family come and join us. And I simply show them, like, listen, this is a race. This is you in an all-out battle for survival. Here's Warren Buffett. First, I'm gonna play Warren Buffett. The first one up. First of all, let me show you something. Hold on. Let me do one better. So on the last video, I told y'all we had our own economy. I'm gonna do one better. Y'all gotta understand that we have never taken second place in nothing. Y'all have to understand that we have never taken second place in nothing. Y'all also have to understand that the only reason that they haven't crashed your economy before now is because of individuals like me who have done business and gone directly in our community and showed our people in our community, yo, we multimillionaires. We go directly. We cut out the middleman. We find a product and we find a company that's selling a great product and has a great service. And then we teach our people how to do the same thing over and over and again. And we create millionaires. So in this new banking economy, I'm just about to show you. I'm gonna show you a business plan. When I saw that they were creating new banks, for their people. We created, just like they create a bank and launch a bank, we created a bank and launched a bank. All right. I'm about to show you. I'm just trying to get to the top of the document. Trying to get to the top of the document. This says the first and the last Havilah coins. Havilah Road. So the Havilah Road is the same road that was traveled when three wise men brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the King of Kings when he was born. The Havilah Road is an actual trading route, the wealthiest trading route ever. We have always owned the Havilah Road. Whoever owns the Havilah Road owns the world economy. The same trade route where Joseph was sold into slavery by the 10 sons of Israel. Listen. The Havilah Road is the economy. And then Joseph turned that same economy into the greatest economy in the world. After being sold into slavery, the word says there was a caravan of traders traveling from the sea to Egypt. On the Havilah Road, it was a network, a web of roads. The golden Havilah brick roads. There was a web of networks because everybody in this economy was wealthy beyond belief. So when these traders, listen to, I'm trying to tell y'all the oldest economy in the world, and Europeans weren't nowhere in it. We own it then, we own it now. The word of God once again says, Jacob, Israel's 10 sons, sold Joseph into slavery. So there was a market on a road connecting the seaports and Egypt where he was sold to. So this caravan of merchants, they didn't know Joseph was there. They were just doing their regular business on this road that I'm telling you, this economy has always existed before the Western European economy, and it will exist after the economy crashes. They have no effect on this economy. What they do has no effect on what we do in this economy. These are banks. Each one of these is a logo for a bank. My wife said, lay up your treasures. God said, lay up your treasures in heaven. My wife said, when I was in the hospital in ICU, we ain't finished. My bank is not built. My bank is not established. Her bank is established now. Each one of these is a logo for a bank. And I'm going to show you their logos for their new banks. And I'm telling you, you got a choice. You got a choice to stay in the economy that they're guaranteed going to crash, because when you see the amount of money in their new banks, there's no reason why they would still allow you to have access to an economy that would allow you to challenge and go from poverty to wealth. They're going to take away that ability in that old economy. But what can they do if you move your money to the new economy and dominate there? If you become wealthy as you move your money to a new economy, what can they do? Nothing. They're going to have to deal with the competition for forever. This is the real flag of the USA. We don't have no stars on our flag. This is the seal of God. Meaning, we the only ones who got authority. We don't acknowledge no Washington, D.C. authority. We don't. So when they crash the U.S. banks, and when they try and force we not U.S. citizens. We sovereign kings and queens with our own treasury, our own economy, our own covenant, our own laws, our own courts, our own banks. And you not going to get another opportunity after this small period of time to move your money into this bank. And then we'll show you how to take money out of their bank. and put it in this bank. We're going to show you how to create an account in this bank and move and convert your cash, your worthless cash, to money that grows. Then we're going to show you how to go and take the money out of their economy and put it in this bank. And then when they try and come for everybody else in the U.S. economy, you will have the authority by the covenant that we stand on. You ain't even got to say nothing. We don't need nobody to speak for us. You don't even have to say, you don't even need to know the words to say or whatever. You ain't need to know none of that. When they crash and they try and fake like they got the ability, listen. All of our laws and all of our courts and our court will kick in. And your economy and your money is safe. If you're getting a paycheck from here on out, you should convert every last one of your dollars to these two economies. Half of it in this economy and half of it is in the economy that I'm going to show you. And then you're going to have to listen. You're going to have to follow instructions. Because they even playing around with their economy because they don't want people to feel safe in that economy. Your money is not safe in that economy. The only economy that your money is going to be safe in is in this economy. I'm telling you. This is a right now this business plan goes through 2033. And we're going to launch on 2033. We're going to launch a whole new set of banks in 2033. All right. So this bank is built off of the covenant that God made with Eve in the Garden of Eden, where the tree of life is surrounded by, it says, water. A river flows from the tree of life. Every river has two sides of the bank. Right? Right? Every river has two sides of the bank. God said the river that flowed from the tree of life, where he made a covenant with the in the beginning woman, it said it flowed into four headwaters. Four headwaters. Four other rivers. The Tigris, the Euphrates, the Gihon, the Pison. Each one of them has two banks. So 4 rivers with 2 banks, that's 8 banks for this one woman's covenant. 8 different banks. Then he made a covenant with Adam for the fruit off of the tree of life. If he would help train up children in the way that they should go. It said the tree of life whose fruit is for the healing of the nation. And it said the tree of life brought forth 12 different fruits. So a fruit every month. So we're going to take 12 months and we're going to create 16 million brand new millionaires in 2022 just to make y'all believers. Just to make y'all get on y'all game. So this is just showing you the original covenant. Who is this? Who is this covering the world? He got the whole world in his hand. Y'all sing it all the time. He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands. Ain't no white Jesus. It says he transfigured before the disciples before he went up into heaven. The whole world know ain't no white Jesus. When it says he transfigured before their eyes, he showed them what the image that he created Adam and Eve in the beginning was. Then in Revelation, when he comes back to John, it says his feet were like burnt brass. Huh? This is an economy for the children of Ham that Europeans have stole. Once again, the word of God tells you Israel's sons tried to sell their brother as a slave into this economy. Europeans and Hebrews can only be slaves in our economy. I'm gonna say that again. Europeans and Hebrews and black Egyptians that worship the sun gods can only be slaves in our economy. Joseph was sold into slavery, but Joseph had something that his brothers didn't have. He had the guidance of the Holy Ghost. It says the Holy Spirit will lead into all truth. Joseph had already been shown a vision that he would rule Egypt. Joseph told his father and his mother and his brothers, and that was why they hated him and they sold him into slavery. And they helped him fulfill the very dream that God told him. God was with him and not with them. Then he gets to Pharaoh, and the Egyptians throw him into prison, like the Europeans throw your children into prison. But God is with him and not with the Europeans or with the police system or with the Egyptians that worship sun god. Listen, God has a whole separate economy for the individuals that are connected to receiving revelation and being led by his Holy Spirit. There's a whole economy. And God proved that his economy is greater than the world economy of the individuals of black Egyptians who worship other gods and Hebrews who worship other gods. So what does that mean for Europeans? Europeans ain't even in the picture. Israel and his children is in Mesopotamia worshiping other gods, including Judah was worshiping other gods, worship idols. So the Hebrews economy is not greater than this economy that I'm about to show you. Then the black Egyptians, who are sons of Canaan, sons of Ham, where we come from. So black Africans trying to say that they're going to give our brothers and sisters resources to Europeans. Can they say anything about the global economy? No, they cannot. Because when the Egyptians threw Joseph into Egypt, God said he revealed a dream to the Pharaoh, and he revealed a dream to Joseph. No, he didn't. He had a dude in jail go to Joseph with a dream. So he reveals the dream to the dude in jail. The dude gets out of jail and is back working with the Pharaoh. Then God sends a vision to Pharaoh. Pharaoh listens to the guy who saw the vision, had the vision, and Joseph saved his life. He says, bring the prophet out of jail. He brings God's prophet out of jail. God's prophet stands for the king. The king don't know that this is the true king of Israel, king of Egypt. A Pharaoh in Egypt, unless he is led by the Spirit of the Most High God, a person on the face of the planet, no matter what color they are, unless they are led by the Spirit of the Most High God, they are subject to the dominion of our economy. Joseph comes out of jail. The king tells him his vision. He says, King, there's going to be 7 years of plenty, of abundance. Most of you black niggas waste and squander access to multi-millions of dollars flowing around you all day, every day, all day, every day. And God is telling you a famine is coming right now. He said, King, there's going to be a time of plenty, followed by the worst famine that you've ever seen. The worst financial crisis that the world has ever seen is coming on the earth. Why? Because God is done with the earth. He's done with cats rebelling against his commandments and laws. And it's time to see who's a rebel and who's faithful. So he's shutting down your economy. And the rebels is trying to take credit for that which God is doing, judging them. They ain't got nothing to do with what's happening on the earth. They trying to tinker around and play around and make sure that all of the judgments fall on the people who blessed. And the only way it's going to happen is if you don't know how to consecrate yourself and put yourself back in the economy that we're going to help you do. All right. These are all logos for a new bank. Every bank that they created, when they created a bank, we created a bank. This is the logo for where we moving the money to. Just like they moving the money on y'all. I'm just showing y'all. Every time they create a new bank and they divert money and they talk about, yo, your debt, the debt in it. I'm just showing y'all. So this is what y'all really need to see. All right. It says the men of Nineveh will judge this final generation. It says David was a man after God's own heart. David married a woman by the name of Bathsheba. God said, I will put enmity between your seed and the serpent's seed. The word of God says God is the master physician, the masterpiece physician. This is the masterpiece of creation. This is the tree of life. This is the spiritual tree of life. You always have two physical components when you're dealing with God. Man is the outward physical image of God, and the woman and the womb and these ovaries is the spiritual tree of life, image of God. Outward, inside. Inside, outside. Flesh and blood, bone and marrow. Flesh and blood, bone and marrow. Got it? Tree of life. Man after God's own heart. Tree of life. These two, the two become one. You're supposed to be connected. So this is the priesthood that the Son of God administers over in heaven. It's called proskyunio. This is the priesthood that the queen, his bride, just be. B stands for beautiful worldwide. Peak, the vision of beauty. Peak, open your eyes. The fashion statement. The renowned supernatural motto. Just be peak. This is a challenge for all women. He said, I will cause you to ride upon the high places of the earth. Just be peak. Vision of beauty. Understand, your financial statement, women, is connected to being able to be filled with the Holy Ghost and receive a revelation like Joseph. Because Joseph said it's going to be 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. So we designed this banking system off of the plan that Joseph showed the king in our economy. Understand, it's the true tree of life banks. Got it? Now let me show you something. Let me show you that this is real. First of all, so you know that this is us exclusively. This ain't no third party. This ain't no outside. This banking system, this is us. This is our Lion King and King's Pride. This is our economy. We are a part of the heavenly wedding feast. We are the image of the bridal party of heaven on earth. This is an invitation for you to join this bridal party that has its own economy. And this economy allows you to lay up your treasures in heaven. They talk about you got an FDIC, a Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. You ain't got no, first of all, ain't no federal government in our lands. Second of all, you can't insure blood money. So the US dollar has to die. God has already judged the US dollar. I will require an accounting for every drop of blood. They are not crashing the US dollar. God is crashing the US economy for what Europeans, what you guys have allowed Europeans to come in here and do with their blood money. All right. So this is the safe place. He said, lay up your treasures in heaven. These are my treasures. These are my treasures. And I'm saying, you got vaults. In my Father's house are many mansions. I go to prepare a place for you. This is the plan. Jeremiah 29:11. I know the plan that I have for you, a plan to prosper. Listen, this is the same thing that God gave Noah when he said, build me an ark to save my people. This is the same thing that God came to David and said, okay, if you're going to build a temple to me, you got to build it according to my blueprint. DC don't have no blueprint for you. That includes you. The world don't have a blueprint that includes you. This is who our blueprint includes. Understand? You included in our blueprint. Every nation, kindred, tongue, and people has come from this. Cush, Ham. This is the fashion statement. This is Adam and Eve and the seed of Adam and Eve and the seed of the tree of life. There's no other seed on earth. And you could be grafted into this tree and you could project fruit of this. Any other nation, kindred, tongue, and people is a violation. Word up. You could take that to the word. You could take that to the word. You don't like it, take it to the word. This is who we are. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know, this is who we are. Just so y'all know, this is where we already put our banks. Just so y'all know. We done put in work for 30 years. I'm talking now because it's over with. I'm talking now because we at halftime. I'm a coach. I'm a coach of this team. I'm also the MVP player on this team. I am a player coach. This is half life coaching. So before you go out and dominate the second half, you got to give your troops. You got to give your troops in one last huddle the instructions. We are lifesavers in every single way. We are all things to all people who are the least of these our brethren. We are all things. We are their saviors. We their gatekeepers. We their husbandmen. We their protectors. We their rescuers. We their brothers. We their sisters. We their army. We their military. You got a problem with the least of these our brethren, you got a problem with us. You want to take advantage of the least of these our brethren, you got war with us. You want to extract wealth from the least of these our brethren, not no more. You better go and you better learn how to get a covenant with God. And if you can't get a covenant with God, then your nation, kindred, tongue, and people go extinct. No more propping up individuals who don't have a covenant with God. No more. Have bills. Y'all want technology? This is the bedrock chain. All right. These are the instruction manuals. One instruction manual for first fruit blessing for the husbandmen. One instruction manual for the birthright blessing of you, lioness, queen of queens. It's all there. These are the kings. These are the kings. Well, we already gone and established and planted the seed. Now all we doing, we coming and harvesting. Smart covenants. We on covenant, not contract. All right. So check this out. Opening a prison is a natural option for down and out towns. It's a more stable industry for a town than a manufacturing plant. Thomas F. Pogue, economist professor at the University of Iowa. So they telling you that your state governors, they just put on paper and they verbalize. They so comfortable that they teach in schools in Iowa to white business people in business school. They're so comfortable. They teach a course that says opening a prison is more beneficial than opening a manufacturing plant. So your federal government, and you acknowledge these people. That's why our people are in prison, because y'all keep saying, yo, the Europeans speak for us. When God told you to have total enmity. And he said, if it means war, if they come and try and take, then you do the supernatural thing and you defend your lion, king of kings pride. He said, the cattle on 1,000 hills are mine. Only those with a covenant with me. These people are telling you that they have destroyed the U.S. economy. And they are telling you that they've invested in a prison economy over manufacturing. Hello there. What's up? I still ain't get her, baby. She ain't answer the phone. I ain't tried her today yet. I called. I didn't call her today. I called her last night again. I ain't call her today. I'll try her then. If you got her, let me call her.
And then tell her if she's still trying to call daddy, tell her daddy not there. Daddy at the campus.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right.
Did my packages get there?
Yeah, I got both of them. They was at the door.
And did you remember that Destiny's parent-teacher conference is this weekend? Is it tomorrow or Sunday?
Oh, it's usually on the Sunday of Parents Weekend.
They have Friday and Sunday times.
Okay. All right. I'll check it.
Should have been sent to you in the text message.
All right. I'll get on it.
Did y'all get the stuff done with Deja for Munchie?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And tomorrow, y'all need to pick Munchie up from school to come to me.
Mm-hmm.
You need to ride too, because y'all gonna meet mommy while I'm at work, so that y'all can go in and get those mortgage papers notarized.
Okay. All right.
What time do we get out of school on Fridays?
12? 1. He gets out at 1.
Out at 1.
Yeah. Uh-huh. What time she gotta be there? Okay.
What about Bitcoin that gets you guys so fired up? Well, when you buy a farm,
Gotcha.
Where are you?
I'm at the house. I didn't do nothing today. I stayed home. I was out all day yesterday. I was tired. I ain't going on.
You keep saying I got you, so
No, yeah, I'm saying I got what you said.
What?
I'm saying I got you. I feel what you're saying. Oh no, you said it would be kind of close. You calculated the time. You calculated the time. So you said it was going to be close, and then you calculated the time, and I said I got you after you calculated the time and the distance. Okay, I could tell Miss Sora is that. Yeah. Got you.
You look at the crop every year and what prices are and decide whether it was a satisfactory investment. I mean, you look to the asset itself and what it produces for you. When we buy a business, we look at what the business earns and decide how we feel about it in terms of what we pay. But we are buying something that at the end of the period, we not only have what we bought in the first place, but we have something that the asset produced. And when you buy non-productive assets, all you're counting on is whether the next person is going to pay you more because they're even more excited about another next person coming along. But the asset itself is creating nothing. One of the interesting things, for example, is gold. If you go back to the time of Christ and you look at how many hours you had to give up in order to buy an ounce of gold, and you take it forward to now, you'll find the compound rate can be a tenth or 2/10 of 1%. And then you have to insure it during that time and make sure somebody doesn't steal it from you. But it doesn't produce anything. And productive assets, you can pay too much for a productive asset. But I bought a farm in the 1980s, and every year, look at how much it produced my soybeans and corn. And at the end of that period, I've still got the farm, and I've got some significant income off of it. More of an ounce operating business. But if you and I buy various cryptocurrencies, they're not going to multiply. They're not going to be a bunch of rabbits sitting here in front of us. They're just going to sit there. And I got to hope next time we get more excited after I bought it from you, and then I'll get more excited and buy it from you. And actually, we can sit in the house by ourselves, and we can keep running up price between the two of us. But at the end of the time, there's one Bitcoin sitting there, and now we got to find somebody else, and they come to an end. I mean,
that's a greater fool theory. That's what you're saying.
Well, yeah, it's buying something because you expect a pool of people who want to buy it because they want to sell it to somebody else who will grow, and it's wonderful because it does create a rising price, does create more buyers, and people think I've got to get in on this, and it's better if they don't understand it. That's the other thing about if you don't understand it, you get much more excited than if you understand it. I mean, if you buy a bond that says you can pay you 4% a year, you're not going to get any pleasant surprises. She's going to pay you 4% a year. But if you can have anything you want to imagine, if you just look at something and say that's magic, you can do it with shark's teeth or seashells or anything. And they did it with tulips in the 17th century in Amsterdam, and they'll do it again. I mean, people, they like to speculate, they like to gamble, and if you can get something, you can have something half plausible going on. If you had bought gold in 1942 and say, we might lose the war, we might have to run off to some other country, and so let's put our assets in gold, you would have less than a penny for every dollar you got from owning stocks. Less than a penny. Now, somebody calls that a store value. I mean, I think they're.
So listen, he just told you. He just told you in his own words. He just told you in his own words that there's no value in this new economy when they're putting their money at. There's no value. It's just speculation. There's no value. It's worthless. Nothing to see here. The numbers are just going up for no reason. That was a crime. You just saw a crime. That was a straight up crime. Okay? I'm gonna show you why.
In a previous video, I discussed how SeekVR, a virtual reality and entertainment company, partnered with Microsoft and other big names that are going to be using the baseline protocol.
Partner with who?
Today, I'd like to look
Microsoft?
more into the actual project because from what we dug up, this could be
Partner with
the next big
Microsoft?
thing. This is a heat-seeking missile locked on huge gains.
Did he say partner with Warren Buffett's Microsoft? So
In a
listen.
previous video, I discussed how SeekVR.
So listen. Warren Buffett just told you there's nothing going on here. No, there's no new banks over here. We're not moving our money to a new economy. He just took like 5 minutes and said, bold-faced lies to you. Because what's going on, these individuals are really monitoring how much money is going into, and these people follow the projects that they're creating with this new money in these new banks. So Warren Buffett just told you that this new money, it doesn't create anything. It's just a speculative bet, like going to the casino. People are just throwing away their money. At the casino, you're playing a game. You're not creating a business. You're not selling services. What y'all don't understand is this new bank, they have a new internet. They have new banks. They have new businesses on this new internet that have apps. And so they are selling real. Companies are converting to this new internet, opening up their websites, these apps on here, and they're connecting this new banking system so that when they sell their stuff, they do not have to sell it in US dollars. None of them want US dollars because they know the crash is coming. He said, you investing in it is like going to the casino, because he know most of y'all don't know nothing about investing. When they're creating millionaires by the millions every year. By doing business on a new internet with new websites and then linking new banks to your bank account so you do not have to take dollars. That's what's happening. You can't say I didn't tell you. Can't say I didn't warn you. We do everything. We got people mining. We got people who create the banks. We got people who create the apps. We got people who program the websites. And we have our own standalone. Everything that we have on their economy, we have a totally separate. They call theirs blockchain. Ours is the bedrock chain. The in the beginning bedrock chain, the Havilah Road. They launched their thing with the story about the Silk Road, but the Silk Road is after the Havilah Road. And once the Silk Road is dead and gone, and once the economy from the Silk Road is dead and gone, the Havilah Road is the everlasting economy. Okay? This is just to prove that he lied to you.
Are a virtual reality and entertainment company partnered with Microsoft and other big names that are going to be using the baseline.
What? They partner with Bill Gates, Warren Buffett's right-hand man, who also tells you, don't invest in the new economy. Don't invest in the new banks. Don't come over to the new internet. Why? Because they want a whole group of impoverished individuals that they can trade in the slave trade again.
Protocol. Today, I'd like to look more into the actual project because from what we dug up, this could be the next big thing. This is a heat-seeking missile locked on huge gains. That's seeking with a C. God, why did...
My name is Moxie. I'm a new robot. Moxie uses next-gen technology to support social-emotional growth in kids.
Let's talk about a really fascinating blockchain project called C.
Hi, this is Lady Gaga. Check out my 360 behind-the-scenes look at my music video for 911 here on CPR. This is Lady Gaga. Check out my 360.
So this looks like technology that people are using, right? This is Lady Gaga, who's she's selling more than just her albums. They're selling you social distancing. They're selling you the program that their little club of the few is going to control the masses of the many. So they're pushing that everybody hunker down in cubicles and we're going to stream to you. We're going to bring you the entertainment and content, and we're going to play content and we're going to play on your fears that we done created and manufactured. But remember, we talk about welfare. He told you it's not creating anything.
Because I want to know what's next. I'm not afraid to try to dream it, see it. What's next? What you and I are sitting here doing is what's next. It's what's next. I mean, you're creating content. Okay, they got the goggles, they got all the stuff. But what's next? What about virtual reality in our practice? Where now you're really up close and you're watching everything and you're walking around the court and you're able to really have access to what we're doing. And we're having a staff meeting and you're sitting in there with us. And we're talking about what we want to do. But you know what my question is? What's next?
All right. So we got proof that the billionaires are lying to y'all financially, trying to keep y'all sitting still while they move to a new economy. Now let me show you how much money they've moved to this new economy. See if Warren Buffett can convince you that this ain't real. Let's see if he can convince you that this is not real. So, yo, this is unbelievable, y'all. I did a video 15 minutes and it was $1,174 billion in this bank, in this new bank. 15 minutes, they just put another $10 billion. If that don't prove that Warren Buffett is lying to you, if anything that has this much money in it, it's here to stay. When you add up all of these banks, look how many of these banks it is. Look how many of these banks it is, yo. Can Warren Buffett convince you that there's not a new economy, that everybody is just gambling and betting? Las Vegas and them have never seen this much money ever. In the whole existence of Atlantic City, every gambling den in the world has never ever. You can put all of that money together. Look how many new banks there is. Look, this is all new money. They're all over. This is number 87. This has $1 billion in it. The 87th bank on this list, the 87th brand new bank, has $1,238,000,000. Warren Buffett wants you to believe. Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Elon Musk want all of y'all who could potentially go from poverty to middle class, or your first $1 million, or from middle class to your first double-digit millions, or from millions to your first billion, or from your first high multiple millions to potentially 500 billion, 600 billion. What are they saying? They know that the people in the next generation got the potential in this market with our hustle to replace them, to dethrone them. They are scared. How are they scared? How are the billionaires scared of us? Because it's unnatural for you to be in the position that you're in. How are the billionaires scared financially of competing with us when they tell you that they have all of the wealth? Because their wealth is fake. They don't have no wealth. I'm going to show you again. This is a violation of God's law, yo. This is a violation. They can't not be blessed. Their economies can't be blessed with this violation. Opening a prison is a natural option for down and out towns. It is a more stable industry for a town than a manufacturing plant. Watch this number. 10 states now spend more on prisons than education. Only in America do we spend $40,000 on an inmate and $8,000 or $6,000 on a student. Huh? Only in America do we spend $40,000 a year to incarcerate each prison inmate, and only $8,000 a year to educate each elementary school student. I'd rather spend my tax dollars on prisons than schools, said every one of your politicians. Every last one of your politicians said, I would rather spend money incarcerating your children than educating them. Every politician, every U.S. politician has said, let's make our money off of incarcerating the sons and daughters of God, instead of teaching them how to build wealth. So, because they're doing it that way, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to teach y'all how to build wealth and how to end crime, violence, prostitution, drug abuse, drug dealing, in our Father's house. I want you to know. I want you to know. This is little kids on the chain gang. I want you to know that this is little children on the chain gang in the South after so-called Emancipation Proclamation. I want you to know that this picture is from after they claimed you had the rights that you put your faith in. See, our people could not see what they were doing in the South. What this picture says is these European, black and white, have been making money hand over fist. But when you send your children to school, they tell you a whitewashed version. Nobody had no cameras. Wasn't nobody overseeing and patrolling and enforcing what they claim they gave y'all. But here's proof. It's called slavery by another name. They would physically take men and children from homes, put them in the prison system, and make them work as prisoners of the state. So the state would come and pay for these inmates to come out and lay the railroads. The state would come and pay. They ain't paying them. The state is paying the state. How dirty is that? The state is paying the state for these babies to come and lay roads. This period called indentured servitude, this period called the antebellum slave era, was the most profitable for white people, but it was worse than the slavery that y'all all know about in the United States of America. It was worse under this. Why? Because they would work them to death, and because the price that they was paying was like 25 cents per worker. Whereas in the old system of slavery, they was paying $400 a slave, $500 a slave, $200. So they only had 100 slaves. They would come and get 1,000 people for $500. And if you died in the heat or whatever, they'd go back and get another 500 people and never think nothing about it. That's why they call it capitalism. This is what they're talking about when they call capitalism. And because y'all have never challenged the history that they claim, listen, this chart tells how we're going to get all y'all, all of our people, the cash and the coins. Just like they gave and created a system for their people, we telling y'all we created a system, and this is how we're going to distribute amongst our brothers and sisters. And we saying we got a seat at the table for all of y'all that want to put on the identical image of our wedding party. Without the right wedding feast attire, you can't run with our lion pride. This is what I want y'all to see. This is the roadmap where we told y'all. I just want y'all to see that this was our roadmap to launching this year. So back in March 27th, 2021, we started building the infrastructure for this financial launch. On May the 4th, 2021, we created the business plan for our app and wallet. On May the 13th, we decided how we finished how much we're going to give each one of our brothers and sisters in our Lion King and King Pride. We already know how much we calculated your weight in gold, and that's how much coins you all are going to get from us. All right? All the way down to the Havilah Music Platform launch during Hollywood Grail Wedding Feast Fashion Statement Weeks. 12/1 through 12/21/2021. Platform launch during Hollywood Grail Wedding Feast Fashion Statement Weeks. Platform launch. We're launching these coins, and the only time you could get access to them is during this event. And next year during this event, we're going to open up access again. And if you miss this window and the economy crashes anytime in 2022, you will regret that choice. Got it? So, in his own words, Warren Buffett is guilty of telling our people, sell all of your Bitcoin, he said. Sell all of the new money. If you converted your US dollar, if you went through the process of converting your US dollars to the new money, sell it all right now. Let me show you how much. Let me show you why he's telling you this. Okay? What y'all don't know is in this new economy, just like during the gold rush, right? You could exchange gold coins. Just like during the gold rush, they had dollar bills. Just like you got change in your pocket right now, right? They have made a new banking system on coins like change. But when you invest in their banks, the value of the change, like a quarter, doesn't stay a quarter. If a lot of people invest in their coin, however many people put money in it, the more money that's in it, the value of that coin grows. All right? Let's take a pair of Jordans that they sell. When they tell you that the Jordan is going on sale and we're only making 1,000 pair, so the Jordan, all of the 1,000 will sell out. And because nobody else could get access to the Jordan, that 1,000 then go and put it online for the millions of people around the world who want to buy that shoe. And when they put it online, it's nowhere near 400 because it's 1,000 people selling to billions. They put it online for 3,000, 4,000. They've taken the same concept that Nike has done for years in our community, and they've done it in their new economy instead of with shoes, with coins. And so this coin right here, they only made a certain amount of these coins. and they're almost at the end of it. So Warren Buffett and them know that they've bought millions of these coins. And when there's no more, they created 21 million of these coins. And they may be finished at the end of this year, the middle of next year, but when they're done, everybody who got these coins, like everybody who got the Jordan, the 1,000 people, can then go sell to the billions of people around the world at whatever price you want, because nobody else can get anymore. So for him to come and tell you it has no value when he has billions of dollars in this is a crime. So what should you do? Every week we take brand new people and we show them how to protect their financial futures in our economy and in this economy. And we want to give you the opportunity to do that too.